Intro. Hi everyone, welcome to the Strip Down to Love podcast video where the essence of love comes from within. I am your host, Jennifer. Sorry about the background, it looks kind of weird. I am literally doing this in between many projects. The podcast is still a very high priority to me, but I am also at the same time allowing myself to learn a lot about life, and this is what the subject is gonna be about. Today's topic. I think this topic came about when I was like, holy moly, I have so much to do and so little time, and things that I'm working on are I don't know what it is, but I always choose a time when there are landscapers around, and I'm literally doing this at my old place, and I still choose a time when the landscapers are around. So as you can hear, I'm gonna pause this for now until they are done. All right, so for the most part, I think the landscapers are done in this area, but there is construction going on as well as next door. So I'm so sorry about that. I also hope you can't hear the fan. It is really hot in here. I can't have the door open because I don't know who's gonna pop up and try and ruin my podcast. Not ruin it, but take out the vibe. So if you hear the fan, and I ain't looking like Beyonce quite yet because I don't have it on too high, with the flowy hair and stuff right now. So going back to allowing life to unfold. So I didn't do a podcast, and usually I'm, about 2 months ahead and things like that. And this time it just was not possible. I allowed it to unfold that way because I wanted to see, is there gonna be a lesson in this that I wanna share besides, worrying that things won't come to fruition, and that's not a lesson. That's obviously part of fear. So I think that the biggest lesson that I have learned from these 3, 4, 5 months of my life have been especially pointed towards just walking in your truth. I know I have talked about this millions and millions of times, but truly, if you're having a bad day, because I think we've gone down this road with this podcast of learning how to choose your thoughts, how to choose your emotions, and even if you're having a bad day, just to think of and switching it, and basically turning those bad or harmful emotions off, right? But there comes a point in time when we have to actually be what's the word? It's like taking accountability, taking accountability. Yes, I feel like crap today. Yes, I'm gonna be sassy today because that's how I feel. Today, I woke up in a bad mood. And you just have to be like, yes, today I woke up in a bad mood. Am I gonna allow my mood to stay in there? And am I gonna allow my mood to continue and to maybe, unfold things that I don't wanna see in my life? Totally, that is your choice. But like I was saying, I feel like we've been through this podcast together for so long that now at this point you have learned how to choose. And today we're going to be fully enveloping our truth and being aware of it and just saying, yeah, these 3, 4, 5 past months of my life have been chaotic. No, it has not been put together. It has not been perfect. It has been all about learning. It has been about rearranging. Has been about having hope. Having hope that someday the things that I have manifested or I have put out into the universe will appear in front of me. And some days, I've learned this too, and some days hope is just not enough. So what do we do when hope is just not enough? Well, we keep ourselves busy. I just keep, asking questions. Like, would this be, how can I say this? Would this option be better for me than this option? Then I inquire. Inquiring meaning maybe I Google it and read about it, not necessarily ask anyone. But reading things to gather information to see if they are easily incorporated into your life. Additionally, as always, if it is meant for you and it is meant for the road for you to go down that road, the universe will give you information. Lately, as of since, I have been feeling like I have just been stopped. And I have taken on so much that I feel like the universe right now is like, well, let's move one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, And I know I have definitely talked about this in the past, but today I share with you. Usually I can put one foot in front of the other and then gather a whole bunch of information, go down a little bit of this road, that road, and this is just gathering information. But right now, I feel like the universe has just got me on the straight and narrow. And I cannot afford to be distracted, to be in the middle of, I guess you could say, drama. I mean, I don't think that my life has too much drama. Yeah, it's stressful, but I think that drama and stress are like two different things when you think about it. I don't know the definitions at this time because I am hot as heck in here. So, again, going back to the subject matter. I have allowed my podcast to run out and run up to the last episode, and literally the next episode, and you'll be hearing it in about 7 days. It's due in 7 days. This rarely and never happens. But additionally, I'm like, I don't really have anything that positive to put out there. And sometimes for me, life is not about always positivity. It's about being real. It's about laying out all of your situations right here and right now and being like, yeah, these cards right now are not the ones that I want to look at. These cards right now are not the ones that I have been dealt. These cards right now are the ones that I have to deal with and to organize, and they are here in order to have me get to where I actually want to be. Let me tell you, in my whole entire, and maybe I just have not been aware, but in my whole entire time, I guess, this whole block of time is just very aggravating for me at this time. And I'm going to be honest about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, things have not moved this slow ever in my life. And as you can see, there is a lot of, I don't know if you could say vulnerability. I'm just being honest. Because I think this time and this block and 2023 is part of it, a huge part of it, is about being honest and looking and being aware of the cards that you have been dealt. Not necessarily the cards that you want to be put in place of the cards that I just used dealt, right? It's not dealt, the current cards that you are working with right now. And saying, how could I tackle this card and move this out the table so I can make room for this space to be replaced with something better, with the item that I am currently working on to manifest. I am currently working with this certain card in order to create the one that I actually want. And so I just want to remind everyone during that time, and trust me, it can be very, patience. You have to have a lot of patience at this point in time. But you just have to keep working with that one card until you feel like it has been dealt with. Because all the other cards cannot be taken care of until you work with number one. And then you can move sideways towards the other cards and clear that space. Additionally, I don't really know what is, and we always don't know, right? We hope for the best. Don't know what is gonna be in front of me after I work with these. I keep calling them cards because I'm just like, this is not gonna help me win blackjack. I'm just looking at it as blackjack and I'm like, these cards not that great. That's why I keep saying that. And it's just easier for me to, I guess, tell a story with them. Life gives us cards in order to see how best we can deal with them, see how best we can work around them, work with the energy of them. And cards to me equates to experiences. And I feel like every experience is a blessing, honestly. And at this point in time, I'm like, there's a couple things in my life that keep occurring. And I keep questioning myself, like, you're not getting a lesson if it keeps occurring. But then I'm also like, well, is this getting me ready for something? For what? I have no idea. I also wanted to say that there is, and I might obviously start crying. I'm also additionally filled with, I can't even talk right now, a lot of pain and hurt because of the recent tragedy that has happened in Maui, Big Island's next door neighbor. I'm standing here doing my podcast and I'm looking at it right now. I'm not gonna say what I did to help. But I think additionally, I'm also here to educate a lot of people. I don't want to use the word educate either, because I'm not here actually to educate anyone. I'm here to allow your heart to be open to the knowledge that I'm about to share. There's a lot of pain and hurt within me because there are other people of Hawaiian ancestry that my heart hurts for. And additionally, their pain can be felt from a different island. And it's not about empathy and it's not about compassion. I mean, I can imagine putting myself in their shoes, what I would do. I don't know. And it's not time to go into that. But one thing that I can say is that this tragedy, this major, horrific situation reminds the world that people of Hawaiian ancestry move with their hearts, make decisions based on their na'au and through their heart, less with their mind. Aloha is a definition of community and togetherness because Hawaiians move and make decisions through a heart space. And that's why a lot of us seem so emotional, right? When we talk about our history, our Hawaiian history, because we share our history through our heart and through our soul. Not through, yes, Hawaiians are very good storytellers because that's how we pass down knowledge. But we don't tell our history through a book that we keep up in our mind. We tell our history through a love that we have formed, through tradition, through culture, through blood access that we are allowed when we are born as Hawaiians. This incident in Maui shows the world how unstoppable Hawaiians are and will be, because we still act with and through our hearts and we still act through our emotional body, not our brain. That colonization makes you think is a better way to move. And this is what makes us different. This is what makes us different. You know, throughout my career as a healthcare provider, I have had many incidents where people of non-Hawaiian ancestry have thought that I was incapable. It makes me laugh because I can outwork anyone. I can work just as hard or harder than anyone, and I can be the full package even with this knowledge because my heart is open. And people can feel that. People can feel if you're genuine. But that all goes back to being a Hawaiian. And in my career as a healthcare provider, people have asked me if my first language is English. But that's because I don't move like other people in the industry. I don't speak much. I think about things before I act on it. And a lot of other people think that that's their time to take advantage of you. But it's not. Just because you're shy and just because you're quiet doesn't mean that you're less knowledgeable than others. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I am saying, do not underestimate the Hawaiian people. They will have that city rebuilt in a way, fashion, or form that they desire. At this point in time, I think that the people of Hawaii, specifically Maui, are tired of being taken advantage of, and they will do things that the world has never seen. And you see how everybody huis or comes together to know and to let the people of Maui know that we are with them physically, mentally, emotionally. And all I ask here and now is for your humility and respect, to respect what they are going through and to provide them with anything that they need. The other thing is that I think that the Hawaiian people show the world that togetherness, anything can be done. With togetherness, anything can be done. I have never seen so much support in any place in the world when something like this has happened. And I'm gonna say it here and now. Hawaiians set the example. Hawaii is the heart of the earth, and we are its caretakers. And we set the example of how together the earth can be rejuvenated and be loved again and continue to be loved. So, thank you so much, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.